Hello and welcome to C-Suite, a CEO chat. I am your host, Shawanna Kennedy. That's right. And it's all things about the entrepreneur, the business owner. And is that you or someone that you know? I love having the opportunity to sit down and have some heart to heart conversations, sometimes hard conversations with CEOs from all over the globe. I am Shawanna Kennedy with Kennedy Media. And what we do is to help entrepreneurs and business owners be seen, be heard, and increase visibility in their business so that they can do what? Be seen, be heard, and be more profitable. I get the opportunity through doing the work that I do to have conversations with entrepreneurs and business owners about what that looks like to truly be a CEO. And so today we're going to have this heart to heart, this heart and sometimes hard conversation with a lady that is waiting in the wings. She is someone who has been in business and been in the entrepreneurial walk for decades now. She has former military background, so you already know she's very disciplined and she's well organized in what it is that she gets to do with her clients and the people that she gets to serve, the people that, because she's a mentor, she's a coach, and she is all things the government contracting. So I'm excited. I don't want to delay. Let's welcome to the platform none other than Lori Smith. Get in here, Lori. Get in here, Lori. Hey.
Hello, and thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I'm excited to have this conversation with you today. So welcome to the C-Suite. And
Thank
I'm
you.
excited that you are joining me for this CEO chat. Like I said, C-Suite, we have the uncomfortable conversation about what that looks like because, right, people oftentimes assume the price point or you I say when you're an entrepreneur business owner, that means you have removed the ceiling. That means there's no one, you're not punching a clock. You are for yourself, but you're no longer doing it for someone else. You are doing it for you. And I love that it does allow us the flexibility, right? It frees us up to do so many things. But I know you are all things government contracting. So I just want you to say hey to the people and let them know a little bit about you.
Hello, how are you all doing? And again, Shawana, thank you so much for giving me this great opportunity to come and sit here and chat with you about GovCon and some little self-care and some other things that we hopefully get to talk about tonight as well. Again, I am Lori Smith. I am the CEO of Aca Elegant. And what I do is I help women who want to do business with the government. I also help other minority-owned small businesses, but my focus is women. And I have that focus and I have that passion is because, hey, I know what the statistics really mean. And I want to make sure that we get our opportunities because there are a lot of opportunities out there for women. And for the most part, we just need to know the raw deal. What's the real nitty gritty? Let's unveil, let's open it up and let's just get down to the point, but let's come to the table prepared so that when we go and when we get there, hey, you know what? You didn't have to have a special meal for me. I came full already. And that's what it's about. It's coming to the table full already, knowing exactly not only what it is and what problems you can solve, but you also will learn how to make sure that they are doing the things they're supposed to do because, hey, you already know the rules of engagements. We pull back the curtain so no one can pull anything over your eyes because, again, you came full. And so that's what it's all about.
I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Did y'all hear that? She said, you come to the table full. You understand the rules of engagement. And that is so huge. I love that, Lori. Oh
Thank
my
you.
goodness. Now let's get into it then. When you think about, let's go to the beginning. Why? Why government contract? I know you were, you're former retired military, so we thank you for your service. But I
Thank
don't
you.
know why. What made you want to continue in that course? Like why? What's the why?
Well, in addition to doing contracting while in the military, I also served in federal service as a contracting professional as well. And my why for government contracting is, again, I mean, sometimes you can just simply say, why not? It is a very vital avenue for companies and agencies to establish legacy as well as wealth in their homes, in their families, in their communities. And for me, being a former contracting officer, one of the things I wanted to do and I desired to do is, again, erase the narratives as specified in a lot of the surveys. When you review surveys, even you go back 10, 15 years, a lot of times you look at the surveys, even still today, we're saying the same thing. I don't pursue government contracts because I don't understand. You know,
Mhm.
I don't know what to do, or, it's too much, it's overcomplicated. No, all that means is that you haven't prepared properly. And so for me, what I want to do is make sure that we know, as a culture and a people and as a group, that there are a lot of opportunities that are available to us in the government contracting space.
Mhm.
Not tell you it'll be easy. I'm not going to tell you it's going to be easy, because your story will be different than anyone else's story. However, if you stay the course, you do the things that you need to do, because again, only you know the problems you can solve. So
Yeah.
it's not someone making something up on your behalf. So I know I can fix that problem. Okay, what do I need to do to get postured to be able to solve that solution for the government and to get them to understand, and like and trust me enough to endow me, or facilitate my winning a contract award. And so that's really what it's all about. And so that's why I'm here, is to give people the information they need, because it shouldn't be a secret. Everyone needs to know everything that everyone else is doing in order to get there. And all you have to do is just be prepared, have some resilience, and be patient. And just know, hey, I'm in it for the long haul. It's not get rich quick. I want to do this because it's addition to your business strategy. Not that you should be getting in business just to do government contracts, but
Mhm.
it's a nice little division to add a great business strategy to incorporate the government as a customer to your already budding, hopefully, business ventures and endeavors.
I love it. That is a robust why. And I love, yeah, ooh, big. Y'all, are you taking down what she is putting out there for you? So if you don't already know, you definitely, this is someone that you need to get to know, because she is a entrepreneur CEO that is really doing what needs to be done for her clients, and for, if potentially even you. Now, we
Absolutely.
talked a little bit about the why, and you even actually gave them just a peekaboo into some of the how. What I love to even hear and want to know from you is because you told me your why. And then I know that sometimes we think about the good and the bad. Tell me one of your most rewarding ventures through all of this, through part of this, through some of these decades of journeys. What's one of the things that has brought you some joy?
Well, for me, as long I started doing contracting in '99, and what I will tell you is that there is no greater joy than facilitating the opportunity for someone to really position themselves to understand and know, hey, these are the rules of engagements, and this is really what I need to do in order to, put myself in a position where I can, obtain a contract, and so I get joy when seeing that, even after I've given you direction or gave you some advice previously, you considered it good enough to repeat it. So
Mm-hmm.
there are companies that are out there even today that in my service, whether it's Air Force or as a federal civilian, whereas and they interacted with me and I gave them usable information. And see, that's the thing about government contracting. It's a foundational aspect of the rules of engagement. So the information is something that can be replicated. You need to look and verify and make sure that the policies haven't changed or have they been updated, but the rules of engagements are rather consistent. So when I see companies, and I recall being at a conference in Indianapolis, I think it was, or it could have been Pittsburgh, but it was one of the National Veteran Small Business Experience conference that the VA hosts every year. And so I'm walking with a customer, a client, because I was a federal employee at the time. And so I was walking with her, and we saw this couple coming up the thing. Hey, that go Miss Lori. Hey, Miss Smith. And so she's like, well, Lori, do you know these people? And I was like, well, girl, I'm visually challenged. I don't know. Let them get closer, because I couldn't make out who they were. But when they got closer, I did recognize who they were. And it was great to see them, because when I left Belvoir, they was working on a contract. and we had to facilitate the space to give them the opportunity to be great. And so I asked, were they, how did it end? And I was like, they was like, we were doing more than our surviving, we're thriving. They had just won another contract all by themselves, a single award for $200 million. But, they sat there, stood there in front of a government customer and client, letting them know and making the statement, hey, you taught us well, thank you for giving us an opportunity. Thank you for facilitating our ability to perform. Because sometimes in government, when you get with that customer, they will impede your performance. But a great CEO or even a good CEO is going to make sure that you get the opportunity to do what the government say they needed you to do. And so that kind of stuff makes me feel good when I can replicate, or you can give someone something that they can build a foundation upon. And if you go, and if I were to name the company, and I won't put them on their names out there right now, but what I will tell you, they are extremely successful today. And that is the case for a lot of businesses that I've engaged. So that makes me feel good, regardless of who the business is, when you can share information with them and they found what you say credible. And when they hear your name has a good report. So those are the things that,
you made me think. You made me think. Y'all know, look, go get a little churchy. Be like, when you mention report, whose report do you believe?
Exactly.
Who do you believe? And that is that is great that you have those accolades, that people, that companies, that entrepreneurs and business owners can recall a time with you, and to know that you have been a wonderful resource, have been there to help them along with their process. Because I know the process, it can be scary.
Absolutely.
Right? Thinking about the joys, and then sometimes what that looks like when stuff is tough. So you think about hard. Now, I would love to know, when you think about in your journey, your own personal, like, this is my baby, this is my business, and thinking, if you can take your mind back, if you can just go back and think about the beginning, and think about when times was when it's hard, because being in that position, no matter what you do as a business owner, every now and then life shows up, and it be life, and as they say, and it's hard. What do you do as a CEO when times are hard for you in business? Because in here we want to be, be as real as possible, without TMI and too much. But it's really telling them, because somebody could be looking and listening and saying, I want my business, I want that. And it's like telling the cold hard truth. It's not going to be easy. And if you think it's gonna be easy, like you said, don't look for it overnight. Don't look for the overnight success. The overnight success is really, if anybody of you was to pull back the curtain, that what looks like overnight, and most looks like 10 and 20 years of working behind the scenes and working the grind. So what does it look like hard times for you? What was a hard time? And then what did you do to bring yourself out of that?
Well, one, I don't want to gloss over the fact that things can be hard, but I'm a believer. And what I know is what he has established and said that I am. And so all that I am truly is because of who my Lord and Savior is to me. And so that may not be everybody's cup of tea, but that's my life and that's my testimony. So I also am mindful that, as a believer, he has over time, over years, prepared me for such a time as this. Not that you will not endure the heartaches or even the trials, but because you're operating in your purpose, you won't be discouraged and get distracted and get off task. So for me, as a solopreneur, when you are trying to start up your business, when you are trying to get things up and operational, sometimes what I had to do was settle my own mind down. I also had to realize and call a few people and apologize, because I said, man, if I work them the way I'm working myself, I should be ashamed of myself, because again, you really be putting a whole lot of pressure on yourself, because hey, I know this makes sense. I know I can do it. I know that I'm doing the things I'm supposed to do. Give yourself that grace. So for me, what I had to recognize is that, hey, it is you. Your success or failure is you. It is okay that somebody in the initial conversation, when you talk to them, oh, they'll be all excited. Oh, let me know if I can help you. And then when you engage, they're not available to you. You have to just not take that kind of thing personal and just go forward. And so, for the hardness for me hasn't been as devastating as it potentially is for other, because I approached it from a mental perspective, just being decisive about it. I knew the path I was taking. I was mindful of the roads and the mountains and the mounds and the potholes that I would be inclined to come upon. So when you know what you are doing and you're clear in that direction and your goal, I mean, you know, you're going to slip up, you know, you're going to trip over some things, but man, you're going to get yourself up and you're going to dust yourself off. And so that's, you know, my heart may not be hard like other people. I have a great spouse. So from a financial perspective, you know, where I couldn't do for me, I got a man that's right there behind me. You know, he knows, yeah, he knows it's my dream, it's my goal. He sees my greatness. So he's there to support me. Hey, babe, you need something? You okay? Things are all right. And so sometimes we may not have that kind of support system, but there are organizations, there are agencies, and there is a sister or brother, there's a friend, there's someone that you really can talk to and lean on. But you have to go through some things to even find out who that person is.
That's the truth.
Because I also have engaged with people, shared my ideas and my dreams, and look, it's a lot of me that I didn't do that's out there on somebody else's stuff. And guess what? That is okay. You got to even be okay with that. And so be who you are. Know exactly what it is that you are designed and what your purpose is to be and do. And don't allow anyone to just distract you. So what I mean, again, as a believer, is my trust in God. It's like, okay, Lord, you surely didn't tell me not to do this right here. So I thank you for this opportunity. It's a teachable moment. I thank you for, you know, giving me the strength to do this here. You know, I just throw scripture back to God. You know, I like many of the afflictions of the righteous, but we, you know, I'm gonna get through it. So, okay, Lord, I'm taking this because I already know what you don't promise. So his promises to me are yea and amen. So I'm gonna go through it.
See, she trying to do something. She's trying to do something now.
I'm gonna go through it because I just know that's my promise, and I just know He loves me, and so He really did prepare me for such a time as this. I mean, I grew up as a young girl, you know, not really being liked, you know, even by family members, you know, siblings. I was considered my mama's pet. So your fair complexion in the hood, so you bullied a little bit. You know, we was sanctified folks, so we was holy rollers. You know, so I was used to being prodded. I was used to being made fun of. I was used to being set aside or set apart, and I was okay with it. And so God really has just gave me the strength and the wherewithal to just handle the hardness, but it don't negate the fact that I still have to do those things that He has gave us the resources to do to get through those hard times. So you just can't say it's hard and don't do nothing. I just can't say, oh, I believe and boom, it's gonna poof away. No, it's hard. Okay, Lord, I know you promised me.
You know, one of the things that I often say, even a miracle requires you to do something.
Exactly.
Even a miracle requires you to do something, even if it's simply to believe. You have to have the belief, and you have to be in the right space and ready. The miracle requires you to do something. Not only belief, but it requires some action.
Exactly.
It can be as small or as large as what the belief and what you're asking or hoping for. And I cannot say that without saying this: be careful what you ask for.
That is true.
Yes, might get it.
Yeah.
So be very, very careful what you ask for. Be very clear, be very intentional. I love, 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 Lori, that you talked about right out the gate. You talked about the mind, you talked about the mindset. That mindset is key. It is what we are supposed to write it down, write it plain, right? Make it plain.
Exactly.
Where you can understand it, whether that's a business plan, having someone that you believe that can look over it. And you have to be okay to know that you are there's only one you.
Yeah.
Your business idea is your business idea. They cannot do it like you. I heard you say, Lori, that's right. You've helped people where you look up and you see replicas of you. See, they're not the original though,
Yeah.
because God has, and you already know that you're a witness. So I'm talking to the other entrepreneurs or potentials that
Mm-hmm.
are doing right now. Whatever your thing is your thing. That's why if you're saying the market is saturated, it's saturated with that, whatever that is. They
Yeah.
don't have you though. They don't have
Exactly.
how you would move it and shake it, how you would twist it and turn it to make it be right for a person and for a group of people for that season.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's over 8 billion people in the world. And I believe, it's my personal belief, that we all have people, places, territory that we are assigned to. And so you are doing a disservice when you don't show up for those people who are actually waiting on you. They're
Yeah.
waiting on your
Absolutely.
invention, they're waiting on your creation, they're waiting on the things that you would say, just you showing up being all of who you have
Mm-hmm.
been created to be. So I love it. I love it. I love it. Great, great, great.
And if I can, one of the things I wanted to also say is that, when I talk about just knowing what your purpose and your directions and taking advantage of the resources
Yeah,
that
yeah,
are available to us, one thing that I did when I started a few years ago is I had my own business coach and I worked with her for a couple of years. And I think by having that business coach, and her name is Mia Redrick, and a great, wonderful woman, Mia, seeing someone operate at the level she was operating, she also helped with getting that mindset right. Because, even as believers, even as people of faith, we have to be mindful that even though we can't be, so spiritual that we're
yeah.
no earthly good, I'm operating here in the natural. So even understanding from her perspective and the warning, hey, there are going to be some people that copy stuff because, they have done
Mm-hmm.
it to her. And so you hear and oh, okay, not that you want it to happen, but it's not unlikely that it would. So it takes away that sting
Yeah.
when it does take place because you've been warned. And another thing I do, I mean, I have checklists and different little steps. I do my own organized to-do list when I'm working on different things.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you working on? Like you're talking about the business plan. Okay,
Yeah.
what is the checklist? Keep the checklist. There are things to be done, and don't get away from that. But then I also had to be mindful of that I don't have to show up perfect because, even from a spiritual perspective, God, he makes us whole. So if he's taken me as I am, not that I'm going to show up raggedy, but get your greatness out there and in a place where people can, experience, take benefit from it, and don't worry about the things and the other things because it will come. I outsource quite a bit because it's not my area of expertise. So I have people like the Shawannas of the world, that are helping me with those things that are not my area of expertise. I am nobody's tech queen. I was told to tell you all that I am a tech princess in training. So I need help with technology. So allow me to go out there and find that resource that's going to help me do that. Take advantage of the things that are available to you. Don't kill yourself. Don't overwhelm yourself. And know that, hey, one day you may just have to give yourself a break. Okay, Lord, I don't went through a whole lot. They don't beat me up this week. Oh, it's one fire after another. Okay, I need a me day. Give yourself some me time because that's what I do as well. I just steal away, and my me time could be me on my couch watching Westerns. Y'all, I'm good with that. I'm an old soul like that. I can watch Gunsmoke. I don't care how many times I've seen the episodes, but it gives me an opportunity to, detox from the stresses and the pressures and allow my mind to get to a place where, hey, I can regain my focus. And so that's what you want to do. So, hey, Don't kill yourself. There are going to be some hard days, but hey, it's all right. It's all good. Just keep going. Keep going.
Now you already see and you already heard what Miss Lori is saying to you today. Having the right people in position. And I know sometimes depending on where you are in your business, and that's one of the reasons why I so love this platform and the people that we get to have amazing conversations with is because these are some of the people that you potentially need to know. This could be you could be looking right at your very next coach, right? You hear the things that she is saying, and these are some things that you need to know. So having a Lori conversation is what is needed in a season and for a time such as this. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why we have to be okay. You have to go and get what you know that you need for your business, right? You talked about, and I love, like I said, and you said, come into the table full, or more so, even saying, I'm coming to the right table, knowing that, but when I leave, I'm leaving full. I may have come empty because I'm coming to say that I'm ready to receive. It's going to be reciprocal, but I'm ready to receive the juiciness, the good information that people such as yourself have to offer, those resources, right? Those tools, those tips, those things that can help us. And because I always say if a person is at a 10 or at a 10, you can help me get to a 5, because there's always something that we can do to help someone else and what lift as we climb. As we're climbing, we can help to bring other people up. And so that's why we have to be okay in some cases, because if you do it, or someone that may be like that, that they're the gatekeepers. They don't want to release anything. And if you are so busy like this, then that means your hand is not open to receive more. And
exactly.
in this season, if you are believing it's already yours, if you're a person, whether you're a person of faith, or if you're a person that believes in manifesting things, but even manifestation require you to do some work. I'm saying all of it is going to require you to do some work.
Exactly. And then also being mindful that, what we also have to be is in a place where we don't just provide lip service about helping one another.
Yeah.
Be mindful that all of us are in business to make money. Anybody tell you they're not, they're a nonprofit. But
hold on. Let me see, in case my nonprofit folks are on here. We already know there is a profit side of a nonprofit.
Exactly. But I'm just saying, so that folks be mindful, because even nonprofits can only maintain so much. So there are rules of engagement. But when you engage people, we're in the business for a purpose and a reason. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to make money and doing it the right way. However, even in that season of being in a business, to be profitable, there still is giving that will occur. And so when we say we're here to support and help one another, we have to mean that. And so that may mean a bartering situation or a quid pro quo, not that it would be illegal, whereas in, hey, I am going to offer you this service, you're going to offer me that service, and what we will do is identify and establish the appropriate rate and pricing to make sure that each other is getting an equitable and fair trade.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's what it's about. And so what we have to be mindful, we can't just keep with the lip service, but folks, and then respect us women, especially us women of color. We've educated ourselves. We've develop our craft. We are the experts in our fields. And so if we are truly legitimate experts, you can find the paper trail that document and validate that we are expert. Hey, just give us our just due. Don't try to take advantage, but I am here to help as much as I'm able to help. But I do operate as a for-profit organization, but people will tell you when they sit down and talk with me, and I do. I have complimentary phone calls that leave people with 14, 15 pages of notes, and we're going to talk as long as they need to talk, because I know that in my giving, I'm giving from a pure place, and God is going to return it to me tenfold, and so that's how I see it. So my day is coming, and I'm excited about it.
Amen. Did y'all hear that? Now, was this not amazing? I so appreciate you pausing, CEO, to stop by C-Suite and have this chat with me today. The information that you have been given is priceless. And of course, yes, you want to know more about Lori Smith, just make sure you hang around and watch and make sure you have all the information so that you can connect with Miss Lori Smith. She is amazing, and you will be seeing her again right here on C-Suite, a CEO chat, right? So thank you so much, Miss Lori, for stopping
Thank
by.
you.
I'll put you back in the back. Don't you go nowhere because we still need to chat. But
Okay.
I want to thank you. Thank you so much, Lori. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Hey, 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 thank you. I hope you enjoyed that conversation that I just had with Miss Lori. And that's what it's all about here in the C suite, having a conversation with business owners and entrepreneurs. And I say what I get to do is, of course, creating, making, and helping you create more video visibility because it is about you being seen and being heard and creating your and expanding your reach so that you can grow and in some cases so that you can scale, but that's having the right conversation from the right people and meeting the right people. So aren't you ready to be seen, be heard, and be more profitable in your business and as a CEO to know that this is a place that you can come and tune in and tap in and listen at some of the conversations of real CEOs, real business owners who are in it to win it, and they are honestly thinking about you. They're thinking about their clients, their customers, and in some cases, those individuals even become like family. And for you, I want you to know that I appreciate you for pausing to come by the C suite and see Shawanna Kennedy. So I'll see you guys again for another episode of C Suite, a CEO chat. Bye for now.